Hi, I'm Jeffrey, and this is Life with a Pipe. Thanks for joining me again today. I am enjoying my first bowl of summer English from Southern Roots Pipes. This is one of the samples that Mark over at Leaf and Briar sent me. Opened that box at the beginning of the week here. You can go back to my Tuesday video and see that. Thursday video to see that, sorry. And I was expecting all of these to be aromatic, and this is a straight up English blend. And a very good one at that, I might add. This is in the ballpark of plum pudding. It has a very fragrant aromatic to it. On the nose, it almost has like a vinegary tone. My first thought was it smells like they threw some dung, if you know what I mean, into the fire when they were making this, because it had a little extra little barnyard note to it to be nice. There we go. I think I got it with that time. But the flavor is great. The oriental note on this is very nice. So, Mark, thank you for this. I was expecting all of these to be aromatics, and this is a very pleasant surprise. I was expecting this to be some sort of a fruity English, and to my surprise, it is a very nice English. I'm smoking it in one of the pipes I haven't pulled out here on the channel in quite some time. This is one of my Edwards Naturals. This is one of the first group of estate pipes that I had purchased here in South Florida after we had moved here, and cleaned it up. Wonderful smoker, wonderful stem on this. I really think it would polish up nicely if I ever get my hands on a polishing setup. But great chamber for English blends. And I have not pulled this off the shelf in quite some time. So thank you again, Mark. My reason for getting on here today is to provide to you what I had promised maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, where I had mentioned that I would be happy to share some of my thoughts on setting up your YTPC YouTube channel to work with the algorithm, to help the algorithm recommend your content hopefully better than it would be without the tips that I'm going to share with you. Again, I'm not a YouTube coach. I've never paid for coaching, but I, like a lot of you, have listened to a lot of things. I've had to, weed through the old recommendations and hopefully find some of the newer recommendations, because the YouTube algorithm is progressing. About every 2 years, there's a major update in the technology, and 2026 was one of those marks. 2024 was the last one. And it continues to modify. The things that used to be important, like SEO, keywords in your descriptions, tags, that technology is old. That's not how it operates these days. So I'm going to cover a lot of stuff. So if you are able to sit in front of a computer, logged into your YouTube Studio account, where you'll be able to look at the things that I'll be sharing on the screen with you, you can follow along, take a look at the settings, see if there's anything you can update and change. And then at the very end, I'll pop back in here, share some additional thoughts. What you're going to see is me screen sharing with you my YouTube Studio account and the settings that I want to share with you guys. I recorded that a couple of days ago, And today I'm just recording the intro and the ending with some additional thoughts in the outro. So enjoy. All right, guys. So this is a Life with the Pipe channel first. I am using Zoom to create this desktop recording. So you see me down here in the bottom corner of your screen, I believe. And I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I've learned about creating YouTube content that hopefully will be helpful for many of you. As I'd mentioned, I have done a lot of my own research. I haven't paid for coaching or anything like that, but there's a ton of content on YouTube about creating content for YouTube. And, you know, I've spent a lot of time kind of weeding through that and listening to updates and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, YouTube isn't what it used to be. YouTube is now driven by AI algorithms, and it's up to us to communicate to that algorithm as best we can so that it can do its job in identifying who our audience is. The better you can help the AI know who you are, what your content is, what it contains, what your overarching message is, they can then find amongst all their YouTube subscribers and users who best to push your content to. And that helps boost your exposure. Boosting your exposure boosts views, boosting views boosts subscribers, yada, yada, yada. But if you think that you can just take a video, upload it, and you're good to go, you know, don't expect the algorithm to do a whole lot for you. It will gain some understanding, but just with a little extra work, you can do a lot to speed up the process. So first thing you need to do, you need to be on a desktop browser and you need to log into your YouTube channel. Go to your YouTube studio. So click under your profile icon here in the upper right, and then you'll select the YouTube studio, and you'll end up on a screen here. You need to do some initial settings that are very, very helpful to help the algorithm know what your content is going to be about. If your channel is going to be all over the place, the algorithm isn't going to know what to do with your content. So the better you can keep your content focused on our niche, pipe smoking, pipe enthusiasts, whatever, the better the algorithm will be able to serve you. So come down here to the bottom left, open up settings. Go to your channel settings, and there's 3 tabs here. This first one is one of the best things you can do to help the algorithm understand your channel, what topics you're going to be covering. And once it understands what topics you're going to be covering, it can help identify your audience a lot better. So you get 500 characters of keywords. This is very similar to tags. What tags would you put on your videos most consistently? That's what needs to go here. These are going to be your top level, top tier topics, subjects that you're going to be covering in your videos, video after video after video. Like if you had to describe your channel's content in small word clips, that's what you're putting here. Okay. This will help the algorithm know who you are, what your channel content is, so that it can do its job and identify who your audience is and push your content towards them. Advanced settings is where you get into your audience settings. The default should be no. Set this channel as not made for kids. I almost never upload content that's made for kids. Okay. That's going to be all of us. Okay. We do not make episodes of Sesame Street. That's what they mean by content for kids. It's, you know, animated kids shows, learning your ABCs, all that fun stuff. That is not us. Don't go there.
Also, you do not need to go further and do the whole 18 years and old restricted, because we're not doing anything illegal here. You just need to stay away from selling tobacco, promoting the sales of tobacco products, yada, yada, yada. That's clearly a no-no in the user agreement with YouTube. But we can smoke, we can talk about pipes, tobacco. It's just getting into the promotional part of it is where the line vaguely is, okay? And again, I'm not a lawyer. I am not a YouTube employee. This is simply my understanding and my observation that the selling, promotion, like you shouldn't be trying to sell your tobaccos here on YouTube or anything like that. There are other venues for that. There's groups and everything you can go to online to do that. Don't do it here. Let's see, any of this. You can go through and decide if any of this is meaningful for you. This one right here, let YouTube enhance audio quality. This is one that I might play around with a little bit. I have background music on all of my videos, and you might notice when there's longer pauses, the volume raises automatically. I used to think that people were actually doing that in their editing, but it's not. It's actually YouTube playing around with the audio levels to make it more appealing, hopefully. In my editing, I keep it very low in the background, but I notice when I watch them back, the music gets really high during pauses and then it goes back down when I talk. If I unchecked this, I believe that would stop happening. I haven't played around with that much. And I personally don't want companies training AI based on my content, so I unchecked that one. And I believe that is everything that you need to be aware of from that standpoint. All right, so when you are creating a new video, let's go through an example. So if I am going to create an upload, okay, this is a video that I just uploaded today when I'm recording this. This is Sunday. You're not going to see this until later, but this would be the last video that I would have published prior to me recording this. Upload your video, brings up the initial settings. Okay, you have your title. I have paid for a service through vidIQ. It's a plugin, and it will score my title, my description, my thumbnail, my tags, and it'll give me ideas. It is using AI, and I personally find it helpful. It helps me think of things. I don't let it make the decisions for me, though. You need to use your own agency, your own style, and you know, if what I like gets a low score, then it gets a low score. That's fine, but it also helps me learn kind of what the algorithm might be looking for. You see people using really hypey language in their titles and stuff. They're using stuff like this to help them go that direction. That bothers me a lot, so I try to stay away from sensational words. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it fits, but not always. Okay, your description. Okay, again, YouTube is AI algorithm. It will feed off of whatever you give it. So the more text you can give it, the better you are priming the system to help identify who your content will be best delivered to. Okay, so add a description. I notice a lot of videos have nothing in the description. If you are going to be talking about other people, other presenters, professional courtesy would be to tag them. Okay, you do that by doing the @ sign, and it'll bring up a list of all of your everybody you're subscribed to. If you're not subscribed to them, they're not going to pop up in this list here. Just an FYI. You can't talk about people you're not subscribed to, or you can't tag people you're not subscribed to. So if I was going to tag Donnie here, okay, that's what it looks like when you have a proper tag. You can also do this in your title. So instead of talking about Tattooed Piper, I could do at Pipes, Tattoos, and Conversations instead. And when you see it in the title or in the description, it's going to be blue text, so you know that it's linked to that channel. Again, you have to use the @ sign to do that, and you can do it for as many people as you want. Okay. Now, if you do the @ sign and it doesn't pop up here, sometimes you have to play around with it. A lot of times what I've done is I have my text written up, I copy and paste it over, and then I have to go back and create the link here. So what I can do is, just delete the text back to the @ sign, or I may sometimes have to, and then just bring it up and it'll come up with the menu and you can go forward from there. Your thumbnails, okay? Thumbnails, again, I make all my thumbnails, pop them in. Thumbnail allows you to decide what the first impression of your video is going to be. And again, you have only a few seconds to catch people's attention. If you're looking for new subscribers, that's very important. When you're in a tight-knit community like this, it's not unimportant, but it is less important perhaps. But again, do your best work. Make it appealing to look at. Make it eye-catching. And, I'm not saying I'm great at that, but I do put a little work into my thumbnails. Playlists, that is another thing. The algorithm loves playlists because YouTube's main goal is to keep you on their platform watching content. And if you go into a playlist, you're giving YouTube a list of videos that you're willing to sit there and watch back to back to back to back, which increases session time. Session time is one of the metrics that your channel is graded on. If you are able to keep people in the platform, your channel is going to do great. If the algorithm notices that people are leaving your content and leaving the platform, that's not so great. Again, don't run your life around staying on YouTube or anything like that. I'm just letting you know from what I hear that is a thing. So if you can create playlists of your content, for example, I have a giveaways channel. I have a giveaways playlist. I have a playlist that I put every video into. So you could literally just watch my entire channel without having to lift a finger, really. It's very simple. Okay. So if you can create channels, put your videos in it, very easy to keep things organized that way. Audience. Okay. So this is the whole age restriction conversation that I had mentioned back when I announced my giveaway. There is an additional age restriction here to make it 18 and over. We do not need to do that. Again, if you stay away from selling and promoting tobacco, you don't need to. You can talk about it, share about it, smoke on camera, all that. For the pipe makers out there, I have not seen or heard any problems with sharing the making of pipes. But again, it's getting into the selling and promoting. You gotta watch your language, the way you present it. Have your website in your channel description. Put it in your video description. Make it easy for people to reach out to you and find you. But just be careful with the way that you frame what you're sharing. Again, tobacco pipes are probably less of a concern than the actual tobacco product itself. But again, not a lawyer. I don't play one on television either. Just observations. Altered content. If you use AI, you need to say yes here. I usually don't use AI in most of my content, so I don't use that. I usually uncheck these two items. Okay. Allow automatic places. I do not want my location being broadcast all over the world and permanently retained on the internet, so I uncheck that one personally. Automatic concepts. I don't think it's necessary for my content in particular, so I uncheck it. Tags. So You've probably heard that tags are unnecessary, they're unimportant, they're ineffective. That's not exactly true. It's just different than it used to be. Again, any information that you can give the algorithm to identify what your content is about, and this tagging would be specifically about this piece of content. Whereas previously on the channel level, you were doing channel tags that was talking about your high level channel summary, your main topics. This would be video specific, what topics and subjects would fit. And again, I have a plugin here that helps me find what those are, and it even shows me scoring based on how often those particular subjects are searched for on YouTube, and I can incorporate them. When I am writing my my description, okay, I have my title, I have my body. If there's anything else, I have it there. If I want to link to anything, I get that all together. You can add links to your descriptions. You cannot use links in comments, okay? If you've ever made a comment and you added a link, that comment gets deleted. It gets wiped out. It doesn't matter what you're linking to. Even if you're linking to another YouTube video, it'll be gone. But you can add links to your video descriptions. Totally fine. I add a list of tags here at the bottom. Notice that they're just separated by commas. There are no hashtags here. YouTube takes care of that by itself. So I can literally just grab these and drop them into the tag field here, and it tags them automatically, scores them, and does all that. It's great. The rest of the stuff down below here, I don't change anything personally. Totally up to you. On the next screen, end screens, very, very useful. You'll notice I have an intro on my videos and an outro on my videos. I designed that outro to be central so that I can put end screens around it. So you have a lot of different end screens you can use. Why is this important? Because it's pushing viewers to another piece of content, whether that's your piece of content or another piece of content on YouTube, is totally up to you. So this one here, best for viewer, is where you allow YouTube to decide to show the viewer something else they might be interested in. It will probably not be a piece of your content, but that's not necessarily guaranteed. You could have them show a specific video. This one right here is my most recent video. Okay, and again, you can do a specific video. You can also add links to playlists. I haven't used these other ones. I use the video and the playlist all the time, but if I add a playlist here, okay, again, these are all just cards. You can move them around. If you stay to the end of my videos, you'll notice that I use this formatting all the time. And what I do is this one over here on the right side that's covering my face currently, you have a timeline here. So I can move this over and I can find where my fade out is, where it fades to black. And then I can bring the video over there. Okay, there we go. It snaps to it. And then, you know, so here at the end of my channel, I get that effect. But towards the end, I'm talking over on the right side of the screen, and then I have the cards pop up on the left, and you know, the rest is history. So once you have that all done and you're ready, you know, you pass your copyright checks and everything. Here, your visibility. One of the things that a lot of the big YouTube education people talk about is letting your video marinate. Okay, that's my words, not theirs. This is the way I think of it. Makes my wife laugh when I say that. Yeah, I'm letting my video marinate overnight. Again, you want to allow the AI algorithm to study your material, and You do that by posting it as unlisted first. Anyone with a video link can watch your video, and of course, nobody's going to have the link, but you are making it accessible to the world when you do that. If it's private, nobody has access to it, not even the algorithm at that point, from my understanding. But a lot of people recommend letting videos marinate for 24 hours. I personally just tend to do it overnight. Unless it's something urgent, when it's ready to go, I post it. But I always wait for the very bottom down here, the checks, the HD processing. You don't want to post before these checks have been completed because the quality of the video may not come through very well for your first few viewers. So time. A lot of people say that the time that you post your video doesn't matter. I personally don't worry about it. I let my videos marinate overnight, and then I usually I manually come in here and I set it to be public, and I do that when I wake up, basically around 6 a.m. Eastern time. That way it's available to everyone all day long, and when they have time to look at YouTube and check out their the things that have been posted from the channels they subscribe to, my video will be there that day. I don't like posting videos at night because then they sit overnight and they don't get a whole lot of activity. Again, the algorithm is looking for activity, participation, engagement. That's the word I was looking for. And a big part of engagement is also comments. The faster you can subscribe to comments, and if you can format your comments in a way that is engaging in conversation, so you create conversation threads. Again, the participation, the engagement is what the algorithm looks for, like it or not. So I hope this information is helpful. I just wanted to share with you what I do, since I had mentioned that I would last week.
Welcome back. I hope you found that interesting and helpful to some degree. Before I dive back into some additional thoughts, I am sipping on some Añejo tequila tonight. I just put in a large block of ice, maybe a 1 inch by 1 inch square of ice. And this is Kirkland's Añejo tequila. For those of you who are familiar with how tequilas are tracked and documented, the NOM number on the back, you can look up the NOM, the NOMID number, and that'll tell you all about this tequila. So NOM number 1173. Number one, I love Kirkland liquor, Kirkland signature liquor. They are top notch, and it speaks to my conservative wallet. If any time that I can find quality at the lowest price possible, you've got my attention, and Kirkland signature brands hit it every time. Their wines, their liquors are outstanding. And this Añejo tequila is so smooth. It's an easy sipper. Goes with anything that you would drink a whiskey with. This is a nice complement. Adds a slightly different, slightly different feel to it. But again, worth trying. Anyway, I shared a lot of things, and just want to kind of continue to talk about some of them. One of the things that I had mentioned was allowing your videos to marinate. I mentioned that I leave mine overnight. Since I recorded that, again, I've been doing a lot of research so I can, talk a little more intelligently about this. And it seems like that is becoming less and less and less necessary as the AI technology gets better and better and better, and faster and faster and faster. Because, The AI literally will take your video and transcribe it. It also knows every scene of your video. It can see everything that's here, and it can identify it and track it and all that. Any words that you have around, it knows what's there. And it's doing that in a shorter period of time, so it can run it through its algorithm. And again, when you're thinking about the algorithm doesn't push your video to people. The algorithm's job is to match your content with the people who are interested in that content. So anything that you can do to help the algorithm do that better, faster, the better off you're going to be. A big part of that is production quality. Not that production is everything, because there are definitely low quality videos that have millions of views out there. Ultimately, it's the message, it's what you're sharing, and then how you share it also matters, and then the visual component matters. A big important thing is the quality of your audio, though. If people can't understand what you're saying, then they're going to just swipe away from your video. If they can't hear what you're saying, your message isn't getting through. So if you're going to invest in technology, get good audio first, and then you can work on, even video quality isn't crazy. If you can do HD video at 30 frames per second, even 24 frames per second would be fine for a talking head video like this, where there's not a lot of action going on. If you are outside lunting, if you're walking with your pipe and things are moving behind you, you'd want to go to a higher frame rate. At least 30 frames per second, but even higher if you could go up to 60. Movement will be smoother to the eye at a higher frame rate. If you can, rather than doing HD, you can go to UHD. And I've actually been trying that with my last few videos, but the editing software that I've been using is so old that it can't handle the higher bit rate, the higher frame rate and quality of the video. So it makes editing actually harder rather than easier. So I'm actually starting to look at some new editing software. DaVinci Resolve is currently the top tier free editing software out there. It is a professional grade software that is free right now, and they do have an upgraded version if you want to get a bunch of their AI tools and that sort of thing. And even the price that they're asking, it's a one-time fee. It's not a subscription base, which in today's world blows my mind. I currently use Camtasia, an old version of Camtasia, probably from 2016 or 2017. That again, I paid one time for, but today it's a subscription-based product, so I haven't upgraded because I hate subscription products. But it's gotten me this far. But I think if I'm going to progress in my editing and my video skills and moving into a world of AI, understanding what those skills are, I probably need to start looking at upgrading that. I may actually edit this video on that. Well, that's not true. I've already got the basis of this video going in Camtasia, so maybe future videos. But anyway, I'm going to put some links in the description to some very recent content from other producers who are much more expert at YouTube and content creation that I've been listening to recently. And take it or leave it, see what you think about it, and maybe you'll find it helpful. Our niche is pretty small, pretty tight-knit. Most of us are just here for the social aspects, and as awesome as it is to get the validation of the growing subscriber count, which you guys know, I've been blown away with the subscriber count. But what's interesting is that looking back at my stats, again, I had a huge jump and it's flatlined again. So like my videos this past week have not seen a whole lot of distribution. So don't get too much in your head about this. If this is a casual thing for you, steady progression is fine. But if you start obsessing about it, you know, like it's your job, like, you know, consider your priorities. You know, East Texas Pipe Club has shown us what is possible in this niche. I think for a lot of time, a lot of us were like, we can't monetize in this niche. But he has come in and blown the doors off what is possible in the pipe smoking community. But I think you all would be amazed at the time it took him and his wife to build their skills to be able to do what they're doing right now. I can't even imagine how much time they're spending to put out the content that they are at the frequency that they're doing it. So be realistic with yourself. If you're an amateur content maker, expect amateur results, guys. I'm included in that. And I even, you know, I knew editing software. I use editing software, but I'm not a lighting specialist. I am very interested in upgrading my lighting. Like, you'll probably see some changes in here very soon. I do want to give a special thanks to Patrick over at East Texas Pipe Club for talking with me about how I might go about the lighting situation in this space. Patrick is very willing to answer questions. You know, obviously be very respectful of his time. He's very, very busy, as you can imagine, but he's extremely generous with his knowledge and resources. So thank you again, Patrick, for that. You guys will be seeing some better lighting in here. Nothing is going to move, but you'll be able to see it better. This top-down lighting with shadows off my glasses and everything, hopefully that's going away. So again, incrementally improving, one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. You know, if you have the resources to buy equipment, that's great. But again, you don't need top-tier stuff for this. So if you haven't seen Johnny's video from, I believe it was earlier this week, I'll tag his video in the comments as well. Johnny had some wonderful insights into the algorithm and how it has changed and what things are important and what things aren't important in today's world. So I'll tag that as well. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. But anyway, guys, I promised I would get this out to you. I hope you find it helpful and insightful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. With that being said, remember, life with a pipe is better than without. Bye for now.